Okay, everyone, here we go again. I'm going to try and record part 2 now. It's been a heck of a way trying to get this done. I've had a lot of technical issues, so here I am. So if I repeat anything I've already said before, I apologize because, I recorded part 1 last week and gotta remember what I said. So let's start with what I can remember. So the bulk of what Sarah was saying in that last episode that I've recorded was that she was sticking to the narrative that Shawnee Lily and Jersey Moneybag were solely responsible for Marissa's disappearance, with Naja doing the "I'm going to help set her up so you can get her" narrative. So that's where we're at with that. Now, our conversations took place February 26, 2024. That's where it started. I first messaged her February 20th of 2024, just saying hi, just trying to get a dialogue going. And she did not respond to me until the 26th. And that was when she had said she had seen my videos, and we started from there. So in part 1, screenshots of that conversation is there, as well as the voice memos she likes to send, because she's very big on voice memos. And you'll pick up on that as I go on. So right here, we're at the part where she goes on about how she is going over the what ifs in her brain constantly. What if I had been awake when she left? What if I hadn't fallen asleep on the couch and heard my phone ring from my room and had answered? I should have been nosy like when she was a teenager. Maybe, but she was a grown woman and I trusted her judgment. And Marissa was just nice to people and would talk to people. And I think that's where Sean seen her in distress, and he tricked her into thinking he was going to help, because she hasn't been exposed to horrible, cruel people in her life as a child, as a teenager. I always told her never getting in the car with strangers. I just don't know why she has trust in people, but I'm the same way, fortunately. But now I'm learning you really cannot trust people. People are not good. People are not all good. People's intentions are not what they say. And then she says she has a new private investigator involved. Her whole family is in police work. So that's where we're at there. And then she follows up with pictures of the orange t-shirts she had made with the GoFundMe money that they had raised. And she says, "Shirts I had made because some people are rude and won't look at the flyers. So anytime I go anywhere, or my family goes anywhere, or we're out searching, we wear these shirts so they have to see her face. I'm guessing nobody mentioned to you the money we spent on having these shirts made for the protests and the march. People just leave out the real information because gossip and lies are more juicy, I feel, like some of these groups are not putting out the facts. That will actually help find her, but it's for their entertainment to get entertainment off somebody's devastation. Devastation is not the right word. I cannot put into words what we are feeling as her family, as the ones who are with her every day. And if Marissa knew the things that people were saying about her, mom, dad, her sister, I hope, baby's father, she would be furious, because she is very protective of her family. She's very nurturing and caring in nature. And that shows, because since she was 12, my couch has never been empty. Her friends have always stayed with us when their home life wasn't good, or when their moms chose a boyfriend over their kids, or when they were homeless, like Janasha has been here for almost a year, because she was homeless and Marissa felt bad for her. But all of a sudden, the day Marissa went missing, Janaja had somewhere to stay, unless all her things here. I feel like she can't face us for some odd reason." Sorry. And it's so hard for Emma, my other daughter, because she wants to be out searching, but because her dad at work so much, I'm not supposed to be left alone. For the last year, I haven't been left at home alone because of some cardiac arrest and stroke, so Emma is torn in between for looking for her sister or watching over her mom. But we have been out searching, just not in locations where I wouldn't want to see if she was not found alive. I just have never known people to be so cruel and not thinking about the hell that we're living in, the nightmare every day of waking up and being scared. Am I going to get a call from the coroner's office to identify my baby girl? I hope I'm going to get a call saying she's been found alive. That's what I'm clinging to every day. As far as warrants, please don't let anyone out there on the internet that's being held very private, especially with Sean and Jersey, making fake pages, being in discussion groups to find information, and watching this case close on internet and news. The news is careful with my interviews to not leak the wrong information. That Prophet, the truth guy on YouTube, is pretty accurate on his videos. Okay. I'm going to play this voice memo and then I have a comment on the Prophet the Truth.
I was told he had to take his videos down. I'm not sure because it showed Janaja, Sean, and Jersey, their pictures, and blatantly kind of said exactly what happened and his investigating what he had found out, and it was about 90% pretty close to the truth.
Okay. So who she is talking about accurately is Prophet PI. He is a TikTok, YouTube guy. I think I've only seen his stuff on TikTok, but and Instagram. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel. But he does a lot of like true crime type stuff. They last like 2 or 3 minutes, and he gives a brief like, "Hey, your town's next. You're up," that kind of stuff. The milk stinks here, goofy things like that. Here's what I don't like about the guy. He did an interview with Tasha and Naja early on in Marissa's missing case. He wanted them on there so they could clear their name. Okay. And I listened to it, and I thought it was a bit nonsense, but, I'm not the interviewer, so therefore, it is what it is. Now, about a month, sometime in March, sometime like in the beginning of March, he put out another video about Marissa saying this was a Carly Russell 2.0 case. And those of you who don't know who Carly Russell is, Carly Russell was the woman like last year who faked a kidnapping. I think it was in Alabama or Georgia, I'm not sure what state, but she faked a kidnapping. She was the one who called 911 saying she saw a toddler in a diaper walking along the side of the road, and you hear her stopping the car and her saying, "Are you okay?" And then nothing. She claimed she was kidnapped. And then she shows back up at home like 24, 48 hours later, unharmed, and the police were able to ascertain fairly quickly that it was made up. And she did this because her boyfriend had left her for a stripper. So there you go. But that's the Carly Russell thing. And he said his investigator, apparently he has his own investigator, found this information out and did all this. So I would love to know what information he found out. I really would, because my thing is, if you found anything proving that, then where is she? Just reveal her location. Because that would be helpful. I mean, that would be the massive expose. Like, it's a Carly Russell 2.0 case. Marissa's right here, right there. And then we know she's alive, and then we know she's okay, and we just know that she just took off on her own. But because it's been almost 120 days, and because she has not used any money, didn't take any of her belongings, has missed her children's birthdays, missed court cases, to get her kids back, these type of things, I don't think she's alive anymore. Okay, so back on to Prophet PI. He's full of it, and therefore don't listen to him. So I asked the question. Oh, actually, she did that, and then I asked the question. So why do you think Janaja would work with Sean and Jersey? Why wouldn't Mo be involved, or Tasha? Here are her responses.
I've went back and forth with the Mo thing. We've known Mo for about 3 years. He's been at our house. Anytime Marissa would hang out with him, he always made sure she got home safe. And if they hadn't got separated, I believe she would have made it home safe. I think Janaja's motive would have been she would do anything for her boyfriend. She would do anything for money. And those, I think, are the two motivational points for her. Or maybe she didn't realize what really was going to happen, but she got Marissa to Greensboro.
Now, I don't understand how Janaja's boyfriend has anything to do with this. Money, okay, fine. But why would anybody pay Janaja to get Marissa into Greensboro and have her disappear. That makes no sense. So my question is, why does Marissa have to disappear? This is so convoluted, and there's so much of a conspiracy theory going on here. Why? That's my question. Why? Did she know something? Did she say something? Was she going to say something? Why? Why did she have to disappear? So, and we got another voice memo.
In the beginning, I was suspicious of everybody. But as things have been uncovered and as they have eliminated certain leads, it points to Sean, Jersey, and I believe Janaja.
Okay. So, and here also in these two voice memos, she's trying to exonerate Mo. And, oh, we've known Mo for 3 years. Oh, Mo took care of Marissa. Mo had made sure she got home safe. Okay, so let's start there. One, you've known him longer than 3 years because there's Facebook photograph evidence proving that. She's known him quite a bit longer. Two, if you took care of her, why didn't she get home? I don't care what you say, Sarah, you're full of it. And then she says, it was so strange how Janaja's boyfriend and Janaja met on the same night my son Jersey man, because her boyfriend knows Jersey. Marissa called Janaja on my husband's phone 5:23 in the morning from Sean's number and said, Dad, let me talk to Janaja. He took Janaja, well, he says he took Janice. I think she meant Janaja. Of the phone, it's not you. Later told me that the phone call was because Marissa said, get a hold of Jersey. I need my phone back so I can get home, but Janaja said she didn't know Jersey. That was a lie. I feel like Janaja's boyfriend has something or noticed something, and I just protecting him. Janaja protect her man, I think. So basically what she's saying is Janaja's denying knowing Jersey at all. When I spoke with Naja, I'm going to keep calling her Naja, she made it clear she knew Jersey but didn't know him well enough to have his phone number. So that whole part was getting twisted. And then I have two more voice memos.
And we've been told Janaja is hanging around these motels where we've been searching for Marissa at.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so much. Janaja grew up in foster care. And she lived in these apartment buildings in Greensboro. And Sean also lived in those apartment buildings in Greensboro at the same time.
Now, I have no idea what apartments she's talking about. There's lots of apartment complexes in Greensboro. Unless she's referring to Cumberland Courts, I have no idea. She never does say. But I got nothing on that. I think she's trying to pull things out of thin air. Because at this point, today is May 9th. We know for a fact, Detective Denny, the lead detective on Sara Carmichael's missing person case, has made it clear. He has investigated Shawnee Lely and Jersey Moneybag to the fullest extent. There is nowhere else to search. They are not involved, and they have been completely cooperative with the police. Sorry, I lost my place. Gotta love phones. So we had a lot of messages for a few months. Almost there, everyone. Okay, so then I ask her, what is your relationship with Jamie Lipford? She says she's a good friend of Marissa's. They work together. Her mom, her sister, and then a small group of other people that know Marissa are out searching. They're every day, every night. They're missing work. They are going in dangerous neighborhoods. They are really godsend at this time. They're the ones for putting in the most time. They brought me home from the hospital. They came and checked on me. Jamie loves Marissa. And then 2 voice memos.
Her sister is Ariel. Her mom is Carolyn. Marissa used to cook for them too when she would come up there to get her daughters from work.
Okay.
I miss the most is what Marissa, how she cared about us, how she loved me. I miss her love. I miss hearing her stomp down the steps, her loud music in the morning. I miss her leaving her hair gel in the bathroom. I miss everything. I could never get a shower alone because she would come in there to talk to me in private, and now when I take a bath, I just get out as quick as I can because I hate being alone. I'm used to having her in there gossiping with me.
Okay. So, I get that sentiment. I really do. I've talked about this before. My late husband passed away almost 2 years ago. And I get that. I mean, he was not good to me. He was a very complicated individual. We were married 22 years. And he died in a car accident of his own doing. And to lose someone that suddenly, no matter how bad things are between you, it's shock, it's grief, it's devastation. And even though he and I were not in a good place together, I have moments when I miss him. He was a singer, a very good one. That's what he did for a living. He was a singer in a band. And when I hear certain songs he used to cover, I've had people tell me I just kind of stare off. Didn't even realize I did it. I miss his laugh. He had the most infectious, ridiculous laugh. Very deep, very boisterous. So I miss that too. No matter how awful he was to me, I still miss those things. I really do. Oh, anyway. So, and then she sent me a little video of her and Marissa. And then she goes on to say, this video is just one of the great memories I have. What people don't know is Marissa's son, who is 4 years old, my grandson, was born with skeletal dysplasia. He does not have arms. He is handicapped. He needs his mom. That video is regular Marissa every day. Marissa, she would never go missing the day after being told she was regaining full custody of her kids. She had worked really hard the past 2 months and did everything they had asked her to do, and she passed everything. Apparently, classes, drug tests, domestic violence, domestic abuse classes, all those things. And with my diagnosis and health conditions, Marissa was constantly calling even at work to see if I was okay or to tell Emma to come in here and make sure I was breathing. She would have never left not knowing I'd be alive when she got home or not. And voice memo.
She had big plans to get a car. She had found her own house. I had my own room in the basement because, of course, I would be there a lot with her.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I don't know how she was going to pull that off with a Waffle House salary. You've got 5 kids. That's enough to maybe help, for you and 1 kid, but not you, 5 kids, and your mother. And then I asked her, what health conditions do you have? I have congestive heart failure. I've had 2 diabetic strokes. I've had 2 cardiac arrests. I've had to take 5 insulin shots a day, and the last diagnosis was uterine cancer from fibroids. That I could not have surgery because it's my heart condition. I did chemo for a year, and then we decided, me and the family, that it was just taking a horrible toll. Besides, stopped bad about 6 months ago. The cancer diagnosis is something that only close family and friends know. I just didn't feel the need to put that out there or in the world or on Facebook or anything like that. COPD, I'm on a breathing machine. So she has uterine cancer, which is pretty darn fatal, especially if you don't go in and remove the uterus. So either she does not have uterine cancer, or she's a miracle, because she should be passed on by now. The COPD I kind of believe, because when she talks, you can hear her like whistling almost like when she breathes. So that does give some credence to that. But the other stuff, I don't know. I mean, I know there's video of her months before Marissa went missing of her smoking. So, I don't know. And we have a voice memo.
I have worried the past few years what my family was going to do when they lost me, how my kids and grandkids were going to be. I have never worried about losing one of them.
Okay. So that is the last message I had from her on the 26th. Now we go into the 27th. I sent her a message saying, "Good morning, hope you're feeling better today." And about 2 hours later, she says, "Good morning, I'm okay, I guess. I hate waking up and trying to get through another day." I said, "I can imagine. Feel lost and empty." I said, "I felt that way after my husband died. My house is too quiet." So that's the niceties back and forth with she and I on that day. And then I get sent a picture of Marissa and another woman in lingerie with their butts facing each other and their butts are touching. So, and then I sent that to Sarah and I said, "This just got sent to me. Have you seen this?" She said, "No." I said, "There are other pictures out there like this." I've been in her phone before. I've seen some like this when her kid's father was out of town. She would take pics in lingerie for him. I can't figure out a club that is supposed to be helping find Marissa's putting these pictures out. Whatever kind of picture she took doesn't have anything to do with her being grabbed and disappearing. Now, I did tell her that we're not putting those out, but Bo has a lot of these on his page. But let me say this. You can't rule out anything when you are leading the double life that Marissa was. You know, being a sex worker and working at Waffle House and being a mom and everything else. I mean, you can't rule anything out. So how do you know the picture she sent to, whoever she sent it to may have been the one to grab her? We don't know. And then she asked, how would people get her picture? And I said, if she shared that with anyone, that could be how. So if she sent it to somebody else, that person could have shared it to whoever. And she said, okay, she's got girls that were her friends that turned into enemies. And that I have heard. I've had a few of them I've talked to over the last couple of months make it clear that they were friends with her, but because of her flirty nature and going after their boyfriends, sleeping with some of them, they had issues. And then she goes on to say, she didn't have her tattoos in this pic, so that's an old pic. I didn't see anything like this on Mo's page, but who knows? I said, I don't think Mo's being honest. I'm being completely honest with you. I do keep that in the back of my mind. I know Detective has talked to him. When I talked to the Detective Denny, he had no idea who Mo was. And I said, I really don't think many of the people Marissa called friend are being honest. And she goes, I agree totally. And Marissa always would look out for her friends. If she had got food, they got to eat. If they were going out for the night, she would buy them an outfit. But they needed somewhere to stay, they crashed on my couch. And I hate it that these people Marissa has been there for could be doing her this way. Whether they are hiding something or protecting your feelings, that I cannot answer. That's what I said. I said, she says, I see now who her real friends are because they're the ones always checking on me, putting up flyers and searching, and it's weird. Nausea quit searching after a couple of days. I don't know what that means. Marissa also dated a white guy named Justin from her Waffle House just for a month around the end of November, and she broke up with him because he was extremely jealous and he had some anger issues as well. I wonder about him too. I said, do you know his last name? I didn't really care for him the way he talked to females. I just know he works at the Waffle House. He worked at the one on Westchester, but he threatened to kill the boss, the manager, because he had a crush on Marissa. And he moves to the Waffle House in Greensboro, and so did Janasia. He could not stand Shinasha. I think she's trying to say Janasia. And he could not stand, but now they're best buddies. It's weird, which it is weird. And but I do know the detective has talked to him as well. The detective has questioned 12 people so far. And that is true. The detective did talk to this guy, and he said there's just nothing there. I found out the month that he was dating Marissa, he also had a fiance that we didn't know about. So there's another motive right there. Maybe this woman found out and took matters into her own hands. We don't know. And then I said, hey, Sarah, well, on the 28th, that was all the conversation on the 27th. And on the 28th, I told her that I had posted 2 new videos, so she'd check them out. And she said, can you send the link? I said, yeah, so I sent her the link. And she said, I hope they have something to say for that night, and I wish I could see that live you were talking about from Jersey, because I have him blocked so I can't see none of his stuff. What she's talking about there, Jersey went on Facebook Live and was just being I don't even know how to even describe it. He was just talking nonsense, but he was poking at the SVU 2.0 group that I am part of. And it was great. It was basically daring us to come after him. That's what it was doing at that time. And I said, he is not pleased with me. And she said, he's guilty of something or he wouldn't be angry. He would just speak to you like normal until what he has to say. If he wasn't guilty, he wouldn't be so angry. I said, they are all angry. They were the only ones with her that night, so I feel like they're the only ones that have answers, but why won't they speak? And I said, do not know, but I'm going to keep pushing buttons until someone breaks. Hopefully that'll work, because whatever the detective is talking to him, he's not pushing hard enough. And that's our first little Detective Denny. I just know I'm doing what I can. And she's like, thank you so much. I need all the help I can get. I said, no problem. I'm trying to find someone who can ping the location of Jersey's phone to see where he has been at the last 6 weeks. I said, police have not done this? I don't know. They won't tell me much. They'll just say, I speak to such, and that's it. Got it. And then she says, I did talk to Jersey the first couple of days Marissa was gone, and I kept saying, give me back her phone. You have her phone. You took her phone. And he kept saying, I don't have it. But you took it with you in the car. What did you do with it? And I said, did you ever get it back? And she said, no, it's still missing. And I said, how were you able to get into her Facebook page? I saw where you posted after she went missing. She said, I'm going to look for the screenshot and send it to you. It was from Sean and it mentions Janasia. Okay. Which doesn't answer the question I asked her. And then she goes, she had logged in on my phone when she couldn't find her phone or her battery was dead. She would always use my phone. I also have her notifications from her Cash App on my phone. I said, got it. Okay, lucky she did that. And then she sends a screenshot of text conversation. And it's the number is saved as bitch ass kidnapper. And it's obviously a text now number. Or one of those like disposable prepaid text numbers. And she doesn't give me the whole conversation, but she goes, just left her. This is why people don't like to get involved in PPI issues. Just being honest with you, I have things going on as well. I don't see why. She is not home yet. Can you let these other people know that I would appreciate that? What's the guy's name who took her stuff? Her and her friend, that name starts with a J, were talking about him. That's her friend's friend, so she was working on getting her phone back through him. If you please let her go, we won't involve police. She's not a snitch, just please. I believe she's talking to Sean. And then here's another screenshot of a conversation with her and Jersey Moneybags. Jersey... Okay, this is Sarah here. That's what people always say, but in reality it's different. The fact she was last seen with you is alarming. And then he says, no, she wasn't last seen with the other, and well, I'm going to say ninja. You figure out what that means from there. The police can't find him or her. And he was stalking her from what the police said. The bald guy, I swear he looked familiar somehow. I don't know from where though. Yeah, and he got kidnapping charges. Shit, I let the police come to my house and search, and they searched my car. Greensboro don't care about stalkers for real. I have one before they sent him to jail, and he was trying to kick in my door. They never came. I was on the phone with 911 the whole time, too. They came the next day when I reported my broken door, in the neighbor's car was messed up, and he had kidnapped on his pawpaw's back porch for 3 days. I'm not sure who this is, but this is a screenshot she sent. So, all right. So the day he's mentioning has to be Janasia, but not just saying she's never talked to or met Sean. So where did he hear Jay, which I think is Janasia? That's the only friend with a J name. When did he hear Marissa and Janasia talking about Jersey if Janasia didn't know Sean? And then I said, you're right, she told our group she knew both through her boyfriend. I said, so was that Sean texting? Yes. Wow, she denied to me knowing them at all. She told us she did not know them very well, but did know them. In the beginning, I wasn't suspicious of her, but after about 4 days, her stories kept changing, and she kept avoiding us. Then, when I seen that messages have been deleted out of Marissa's account, and they were in touch because of screenshots from that night. In one screenshot, she says, Marissa said, I'll see you later, and Shanaja says, yeah, much later, it just built up all the stories that kept changing with her. Okay? That's what I said, okay. I've got hundreds and hundreds of screenshots, and she does. Let me try to find the one of the conversation that was deleted between Janaja and Marissa. We'll find that piece of it for you. Okay, thank you. I'm still looking for the one from Janaja, but here's me and Jersey talking, and then another person telling me about Sean kidnapping girls and Janaja's ride from the Uber, which was at 447, which means she was still in Greensboro when Marissa was left at the Exxon. She could have met back up with Jersey. Very true. And this is the one where I was saying, where they said bald guy, all that, and then the next one was, you see a screenshot of somebody trying to call through Facebook Messenger. And it says, this who took her from the club. I'm calling her page, it's not even ringing. That dude is creepy, though. I played with him once. He was trying to keep me hostage. He be in High Point. Not sure who they were trying to keep hostage. And then there's a Uber trip map. And then there's more screenshots. Oh, this is from Naja. It says, goddamn, yo, what's up? Take my name out now. Hide my name. What? I think this is a conversation between her and Emma. And then here's a screenshot of Marissa's page. And I'm not sure who she's talking to, but it says, in the club, you went home. I'm not there. I'm going to meet you later. Okay, much later. I love you. Have fun. Okay, love you. Love you more, shorty. So I don't know if that's between her and Naja or what. And then Jersey Money Bag. And screenshots of Naja's page. And somebody named Mike Thomas and Lashless Thomas. I mean, it's a lot of Facebook stuff. But it says right here, the first screenshot from Janasia, that was to my daughter Emma. So the one where she says, keep my name out of your mouth type thing. And then when we Googled Sean's phone number, escort services popped up. I've screenshotted that as well. And that is true. If you use Sean's phone number and Google it, it does come up with escort ads. And then when the screenshot of Jersey talking to somebody, I said, who is this texting? She's like, I'm not sure. Somebody sent me the screenshot and it looks like Jersey. It's kind of throwing Sean under the bus on that. So that definitely sounds like it. I feel like it's a girl named Bubbles who's seen Marissa get in the car with Jersey at the club and leave. I said, okay. She also told me she went to the Airbnb and Marissa was sitting outside in the car with Jersey and Sean was just standing outside in the yard doing nothing. Now, I have heard that. That is one of the timeline scenarios that we got with Marissa went to the Airbnb but never went inside, and she was in the car with Jersey fooling around, and that Sean kind of hung out on the porch of the Airbnb. And then, let's see. The screenshot that was sent of Jersey Moneybag's account is basically him calling out Star to meet him at Heath Park. And I said, Star got this. She obviously does not know Jersey, is what I said. And Sarah said, maybe we should search Heath Park. Yeah, he's just disrespectful to women, and I don't put him nothing dirty past him. And for some reason, these prostitutes of these motels are terrified of Sean and won't talk to the police. Well, the screenshot I asked you, who was texting you? It looks like that number belongs to Mo. Oh, okay. And did you notice on the Uber ride that Janasia tried to blank out on the address on there? Do you think the message between Jersey and Mo makes Mo look involved in any? People have said no, and I've known him for about 4 years. So originally she said 3, now it's 4. And Marissa's always came home safe when she went with him to hang out. And Janasia said she never she was never in the club, but the way Marissa said, "Where'd you go?" tells me she was in the club, because if we were in the living room watching a movie and I would go to my room or the bathroom, Russell, I'm not sure who Russell is, would say, "Where'd you go?" If you were around her and then you disappeared, she would say, "Where'd you go?" Makes no sense. So yeah, according to Janasia, she was never at the Airbnb. She left Marissa at Mo's house and went to her boyfriend's house. So I don't know on that one. And I said, "I think it makes Mo look bad, if I'm being honest. I find it really hard to believe he doesn't know anything." And she said, "I'm trying to figure out how well does he know Jersey." I said, "They run together from what I understand." And she said, "In those kidnapping charges, we've seen them under Sean's mugshots, but he has had them expunged. They're nowhere to be found now." I have researched this severely. You cannot have kidnapping charges expunged. It just doesn't happen. If Mo has anything to do with this, it will come out and he will go down too. This is what she said. I said, "Sean charges disappearing makes me think he's a federal witness." That would be the one way those would disappear, if you are turning state's evidence and they can make stuff disappear. She said, "Maybe so. Maybe he's just doing stuff without the police knowing, but I do know he has a past in pimping and trafficking and drug dealing." I said, "Mo?" And question mark. And she goes, "He's on Shaw Street a lot. I called the police to go there and check that house out, but they said because it's such a drug area, there's something they can really do. The city council and the mayor told them just to leave the people on Charles Street alone because it was taken over by drug dealers." And then when I asked the question about Mo, she said, "Sean." I said, "Oh, okay. I'm so confused, but my gut keeps saying Janasia, Jersey, and Sean are the three main people. And all the evidence is circumstantial but overwhelming. I go through my screenshots, constantly trying to put things together." And I just asked her to send me everything I'm good at with putting pieces together. It's kind of what I do for a living. "I'll send you the major ones that really have me questioning people's guilt." I said, "Honestly, send me everything because I may see something that ties in." She goes, "Okay." And the ones that say they're from Marissa is where somebody has hacked her page and trying to get money off of people to take this, is searching that out. And then that's when she sends me a ton of screenshots. So I'm going to stop right there because it's a lot to dissect. So, like I said before, the detective has made it clear that Jersey and Sean are not involved. We have gotten more and more information since I did part 1, and it's looking like Naja may be involved, maybe even Tasha. Definitely Smoke, those three, and Mo. Because for her to disappear like that, more than one person has to be involved. The house in Trinity that I got the address for is definitely a spot that needs to be checked out. I have said this multiple times, but no one is listening to me. Law enforcement anyway. And, but that's where we're at. So at some point, I'm going to get to the part where I have Sarah on a live interview with Facebook, on Facebook Live with me. And that's where we have some little discrepancies there, even more so. That's very blatant. But this is the end of part 2, so enjoy. I'm sorry it took forever to get this out. I'm going to be working on part 3 as soon as I finish this. So thank you and have a great day.